What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out. Once again, Bob Iger's got problems, all right? And lately, his problems have come in the form of this guy right here on the left, Nelson Peltz. And you can see on this Hollywood Reporter article, Disney activist investor Trian unveils a 130-page memo taking aim at Bob Iger's strategy. First of all, I've never heard of a 130-page memo. A memo seems like that's supposed to be something short, you know? You get the little memo pad, you just write something real quick and just stick it on the fridge or something like that, right? You know, that's a memo. To me, this is a report. You know, 130 pages, that's a report. But yeah, basically, Nelson Peltz, you know, he's bringing the noise once again, you know, making Bob Iger super uncomfortable because he's laying out this cat strategy. Say, yo, what strategy? This guy doesn't have a strategy. You know, he's been running this company into the ground, and he's been doing it pretty much since he's gotten back. And nobody's doing anything about this. You know, as a matter of fact, the board has been all the way screwed up, you know, for years now. And nobody's doing anything about it. You guys are just pissing away all of your clients' money. It's just absolutely ridiculous, you know. So, yeah, he's bringing out this 130-page report. I'm going to call it a report. Basically outlining all of this stuff and where these people are gone wrong. You know, Bob Iger, man, I'm telling you, man, Nelson Peltz is his worst nightmare, you know, because he's outlining this stuff absolutely detailed, telling everybody, yo, this is where they went wrong. This is what the problems are. This is what you need to pay attention to. You know, and Bob Iger, he's been trying to stave this guy off. He's like, nah, we ain't got to pay attention to Nelson Peltz. You know, I'm Bob Iger. I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. You know, we're going to be all right. And yeah, Nelson Peltz is like, okay, look at all of the stuff that Bob Iger's been doing this whole time. You know, look at what this board has been doing this whole time. Let me and the homie Jay Rasulo, let us get on the board. You know, we'll turn this ship around, you know, or if you don't, okay, we got 130 pages for y'all to look at. You know, this is what you're going to be in store for, basically, is what he's saying. You know, and he's telling them, yeah, some of the suggestions that they're making, yeah, we just need to do things at the right size. We need to right size the expenses in both Disney's studio business as well as his linear television networks. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Trian Partners is revealing more detail on its plans to shake up Disney should founder Nelson Peltz and fellow nominee Jay Rasulo be elected to Disney's corporate board next month. As part of its ongoing proxy fight with Disney, Trian published a 130-page white paper accusing Disney's current board of directors of being the root cause of Disney's underperformance in recent years. So yeah, let's go ahead and click on this. Restore the magic. Yeah, that's what they want to do, right? They want to restore the magic at the Walt Disney Company. This is going to be way too small. Let me adjust. All right, here we go. That's better, right? Okay, so restore the magic at the Walt Disney Company. That's what they want to do, Trian Partners. Vote using the blue proxy card. You know, if you're going to be voting in this thing, vote blue. Okay, that's where they at with it. Disclosures and statements and all of that stuff. Let's get past that. All right, so what is this proxy contest about? Disney is the most advantaged consumer entertainment company in the world and should have had a winning hand in today's evolving consumer entertainment landscape. But instead, Disney lost its way over the past decade. Disney fell from its envied #1 place at the box office and in animation, belatedly entering the streaming business and acquired additional linear TV networks at the wrong time. 100%, man. Look, I mean, they absolutely right. This first bullet point, they shooting right from the hip, okay? The envied #1 place at the box office and in animation. Disney was top dogs, okay? Like they said, they should have a winning hand, okay? They should be winning. They have all the biggest franchises. They have all the biggest IPs. Marvel, Star Wars. They got, Disney princesses. They got Pixar. They should be printing money over there at Disney. This should be a no-brainer. Like, how are they screwing this thing up? Like, I've said this as well, like the box office especially, before we get to any of this other stuff, you know, with the TV networks and streaming, the box office, they should be dominating the box office right now. Like, real quick, if you go back to 2019 in the worldwide box office, all right, you got 9 movies, okay? 9 movies hit $1 billion in 2019, right? An incredible year. How many of these are Disney movies, all right? Avengers, Disney. Lion King, Disney. Frozen 2, Disney. Spider-Man Far From Home is a little mixture of Disney plus Sony, but you could say Disney was the one that pretty much made this because we see what Sony does, all right? Sony don't know what the hell they doing. Captain Marvel, Disney. Joker, Warner Brothers. Star Wars, Disney. Toy Story, Disney. All right, and then Aladdin, Disney. So out of all 9 of these films, only one was made without the help of Disney at all, and then Disney pretty much made the other 8. If you want to give Spider-Man to Sony, fine, then it's 7. But still, it's like, yo, Disney, this is what y'all used to do, okay? You used to do what's going on right here. What happened? That's what Nelson Peltz is talking about. That's what Trian is talking about. You guys have been doing this. This was only 5 years ago, and now it's nowhere near this, all right, at all when it comes to Disney. Not with Star Wars, not with Marvel, with none of it. So yeah, he got a good point. Consequently, financial performance has deteriorated with nearly every relevant metric worse in fiscal year 2023 than 5 years ago. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. 2019, 5 years ago, when all of this stuff was popping, okay? When all of this stuff was popping off the charts, Disney was great. Now, 5 years later, we in the doldrums. Shareholders have suffered greatly. Absolute and relative total shareholder return has been poor, and shareholders have lost tens of billions of dollars. Yeah, see, this is going out to the shareholders, because the shareholders want to know how they should vote in this upcoming vote. So he's saying, this is why y'all should vote for us, okay? Shareholders, you want to continue to go down this road? If you do, yeah, vote for Bob Iger and his crew. But if you don't, you want to change some shit up? Yeah, read on. Yeah, we'll tell you why you should vote for us. Man, this thing is like super detailed, man. Look at this thing. All of this red. What is this? Disney's financial results have deteriorated, significantly worse financials than 5 years ago. So yeah, they comparing fiscal year 2018 to 2023. Look at all this red, okay? Look at all this red, man. Yeah, they ain't playing, man. They're outlining everything for them, okay? So everybody can know underperformance has driven poor shareholder returns. They're basically laying it all out for all of these shareholders. You guys want to continue to lose money? All right. You want to continue to lose money? Buying Disney stock over the last 10 years has been a losing proposition. 2,333 trading days where investors who bought Disney stock in the last decade would be underwater. 186. Okay, so they're doing a comparison. They're saying over the last, 5 years or whatever it is, if you bought Disney stock on any of these days, you would lose. If you bought it on these particular days and only these days, you would have won. So yeah, you would have had to be one of these on one of these lucky 186 days, in order to get the job done. Industry disruption does not absolve Disney's board for poor performance. It is the board's job to look over the horizon. Yeah, 100%, man. A board's job is not to be reactive. You're supposed to be proactive. You're supposed to see the problems coming. You're supposed to have like some industry know-how, be able to, oh yeah, I see the tea leaves, kind of formulating like this, based on my previous experience, I think we should make this move or that move. That's what a business person can do. Anybody can react to bad times, So yeah, I mean, and they even said, Disney's response to a changing landscape was ill-conceived and reactive. It has a much better hand to play than its peers to weather any disruption. 100%. Disney has the benefit of globally recognized, beloved brands and franchises at a time when consumers engage with content at unprecedented levels, providing it the most advantageous position in media, even as there is a shift in the delivery method for the IP. Man, these guys are speaking. They're saying everything that I've said. Okay, you got the biggest brands. I have said this so many times. Out of the top 10 brands, Disney has 5. Out of the top 10 franchises and IPs, Disney owns 5 of those. And they can't print money off of that? They can't turn these joints into money? You guys have heard me say this. This is absolutely unconscionable. This entire board, look over the horizon, peep it out, see what's going on. But, they're basically just losing the shareholders their money. Disney failed to act promptly and sufficiently when ESPN began to lose cable subscribers. Look, they're going through every piece of it, okay? Acquired Fox in 2019 for $71 billion to add scale for streaming. The deal was strategically flawed because it increased Disney's exposure to linear TV and strained the company's balance sheet. Deal has seemingly not delivered on its financial promises. Look, he's going through every piece of this thing right now. Disney claims that it's turned a corner and entered a new era, and that rings hollow to us. Yeah, so basically, you can say you turned a corner. Bob Iger be saying, oh, yeah, we turned a corner. We on our way to making money. And he's like, nah, I don't think so. And then he gives all of these various little positions right here, okay? ESPN, they bringing everything up. ESPN, okay? The streaming business is still losing money. They're still losing money on Disney Plus. They ain't made a profit yet. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The root cause of the unperformance is a board that we believe lacks focus, alignment, and accountability. That's Bob Iger. Bob, I don't know what Bob Iger's there for. Honestly, I really don't. It seems like this guy, he caught Disney at a good time. When he first came in, he caught Disney at a really good time. They just picked up Star Wars, just picked up Marvel. They buy stuff. That's what they do. They're good at buying things. And so everything was just shooting through the moon. But yeah, now it's like, we don't know what to do with all of this stuff. We can't manage all of this business that we have in front of us. Yeah, lack of focus, demanding outside priorities, distract from oversight of Disney's, lack of alignment, limited stock ownership, undermines board shareholder alignment. Yeah, like a lot of these cats don't even own stock, in Disney. So since they don't own stock, they ain't really tripping, like that's kind of funny. Lack of accountability, complacency in the face of underperformance breeds underachievement, man. I mean, they're really going to town with these guys, man. Disney's board has failed in its core responsibilities and has not been held accountable to shareholders. Strategy oversight, fail. M&A and capital allocation, fail. Culture and accountability, fail. Like fail. They're failing everywhere. How would you feel as a shareholder if this is your company and, you get this memo and that you ain't been making money? You ain't been making money, so then they start outlining, here's what's going on. Okay. Here's how we look at things over here as a major investing firm. Trian is not some little fly by night company. Okay. They're major investors in a lot of major businesses. And they're basically outlining saying, this is where Disney is screwing y'all up, man. And we're shareholders too. We've been purchasing shares. Hell, let us help you. Okay. Help us help you. Let us get in here and let us change up the game. I mean, man, they're just going through all of this stuff. Yeah, this thing is 130 some odd pages. This is just like page 20. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I think Nelson Peltz and Trian and Jay Russillo and all those guys, I think they're going to get some action with this, okay? Disney's board has overseen poor shareholder returns. Again, just going through it, all right? Bob Iger, 23 years. Yeah, they laying out everybody's years of tenure, all right? What has been happening? How have we been doing during these people's years? Yeah, it's 100 and some odd percent all the way down, except for like this chick, and a few others, okay? Pretty much everybody we've just been losing money under this board. Do y'all want to continue this mess? It's absolutely ridiculous. And here they go. Yeah, we got two candidates who are dedicated to restoring the magic. Nelson Peltz, Jay Russillo, he gives all of their credentials and everything. Jay spent 3 decades at Disney, so he knows a little bit of something about the business. Yeah, I think they're going to get it. Honestly, I really do. I think they're going to get it, because they laid out this 130-page document. And I mean, if you're a major shareholder and you have a lot of shares of Disney stock, you're probably watching this very closely. You're reading through this quote unquote memo. You're reading through this memo. Perhaps the government could have saved shareholders $40 million by meeting our candidates. Interesting. First proxy we have had where our candidates did not meet any non-management directors in person. Disney's board showed no interest. That's right. Remember, they didn't want to talk to Nelson Peltz. They didn't want to talk to Nelson, man, to interview with the board of governance and the nominating committee, which almost has never been the case in prior Trian arrangements or engagements. Seemingly never even considered a meeting or call with Jay Russillo, even though none of the non-management directors worked with Jay. At our 145-minute meeting with the board in 2023, not a single non-management director asked a question. Wow. We ain't trying to hear from these dudes. We don't care what they got to say. Wow. Yeah, I would be hotter than fish grease if I was a Disney shareholder right now. You mean to tell me that y'all didn't even listen to anything that these cats got to say? I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Disney's claim of 20 meaningful interactions since February 23 is perplexing. Its proxy statement only lists 11 interactions in the background to the solicitation, of which the vast majority were just emails or short calls. So they say, we had all of these meaningful interactions since February of last year. But in reality, it was just some emails and some short calls. They never actually sat down with these guys. They never heard anything that they had to say. That is bizarre, man. Given this board's track record, we find it disappointing that it rejected adding Nelson and Jay as directors outright without even meeting with them. Disney's board would seemingly rather spend $40 million of shareholders' money than invest a little time to ask questions about their candidacy. Yo, I think these cats got it, man. I think these cats got it. I'm only on page 25, man. How long is this thing? Is 130 pages. Look at all of this data in detail. All of this red that they keep popping up here, okay? You know, everything that you see right here, all of this stuff, they're comparing them to other businesses and stuff, other companies, comparing them to Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, so on and so forth. Yeah, Disney's just all in the red, okay? With the exception of Paramount and Warner Brothers, you know, Disney is absolutely getting their tails kicked. Just ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I think this is the winning hand, all right? They were talking about a winning hand earlier. This is what you do. I'll be interested to see if Bob Iger discusses this at this town hall meeting. Again, I'm going to be on the WDW Pro show later on, so you guys check that out. You know, Fox was a strategically flawed $71 billion acquisition. Yeah, I mean, this thing is absolutely fat with detail. Whoo! Yeah, I think Nelson Peltz did a number on him, and I guarantee you, Bob Iger, this guy right here, okay, Bob Iger, this dude right here, he don't want no parts of this, okay? I hope somebody asks him a question tomorrow, man. I hope somebody asks him a question about this thing tomorrow. Have you had a chance to read through it, Bob? Well, no, I haven't had a chance to read through it. I don't know. You know, we've talked to Nelson in the past. You know, we've had 20 meaningful interactions or whatever. You know, he gonna make up some sob story to say why he didn't read through this and go through these point by point. I hope somebody just pulls out really interesting details out of this. To drop this poison pill on Bob Iger, all right, you know, the day before he has this giant town hall meeting, oh, man, he knew exactly what he was doing, man. Nelson Peltz is a motherfucker, man. Hey, put this out before that town hall meeting. Let's see if they talk about it. This is awesome, man. Anyway, folks, I'm not going to keep going because I'll be out here all night. You guys let me know what you think about this situation with Nelson Peltz, with Bob Iger, with this whole proxy battle, man. Things are getting juicy, man. We got the vote next month. You know, will Bob Iger have to let these dudes on the board, and will he have to allow them to fix Disney? You know he don't want to. Because if he wanted them there, they would have already been there. So he don't want them in there. And, you know, now they're talking about the compensation. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is going to get really, really interesting to see what's happening. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.